Okay, all right, guys, we are back, and you'll be able to see my face in 1, 2, 3, and ta-da! All right, so we'll just go right into it. And Benga, are you ready? Hello?
Yes, I am. I was muted. I'm very, very, very. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I can. So at this time, you just have to like share your screen and just go straight into it. So just some housekeeping. I know that we already have our guys that are going about meeting our mics, but it'd be nice if you mute your mic before you come in. And if you have any questions that you want us to address, just use the chat box and we'll take your questions. Thank you. Okay, Linga.
Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen now. All right. Thank you very much, Debbie. Thank you very much, everyone. As I said, it's nice to be here. It's been a wonderful experience. 2020 has been wonderful. I remember we all started the year by saying whether it was the end of a decade, beginning of a new decade. I think we've all forgotten all that now. Now we are focused on how we can survive the global pandemic. So I'm here to talk about how to increase your streams of income from home. Debbie introduced me as a freelance specialist. So I'll just give you a background about myself. I'm a freelancer. I've been doing this for more than 5 years now. Debbie said close to a decade, so she's giving me more experience. So I've been doing this for more than 5 years now, and I've trained a lot of people on it. I just enjoy telling people. I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy telling them how they can leverage their skills, how they can leverage the knowledge of the internet and benefit themselves. So we're talking about how to increase your streams of income from home. Yeah. First, the world as we know it has changed. We started talking about the pandemic, how the pandemic has increased the amount of companies that are now working from home. So everybody have been during the lockdown, almost all companies, almost all staffs were forced to work from home. Now that we are easing the lockdowns, people are doing partial working from home fully. So a lot of trends that I imagine, a lot of trends, things are changing. There's a report that said in technology, the things that were meant to happen in 2 years have been fast-tracked to happen in 2 months, as we call for COVID-19. So COVID-19 fast-tracked the need and importance of working from home. Twitter this week announced that their staffs can work from home permanently. Facebook and Google announced some weeks back that their staffs can work from home for the next 1 year. So every company, COVID-19 has forced us. And so every company is seeing the need and benefits to work from home. And the internet is our leverage. The internet is what everybody is using to leverage. Zoom has been one fantastic tool for everyone. Google Meet, Microsoft Hangout. Video conferencing tools have been very, very, very much help for us during this period. And you are either selling something or you are buying something on the internet. So you're either a consumer or a producer. So I'm going to ask everyone, we are going to run a poll. How many of you are consumers? How many of you are producers on the internet? Do you consume or do you produce more on the internet? So you can use the poll or use the chat. How many of us are consumers? How many of us? Okay, the poll is on. So who are you on the internet? Are you a consumer? Are you a provider or are you both? So let's do it for the next 1 minute. Let's ensure to use the poll. Are you a consumer? Are you a service provider or are you both? Okay. Yeah. So a report shows that 3% of people are producers, 97% of people are consumers on the internet. So if you noticed, where we know the normal consumer, so you're either producing content, producing whether video content, whether it's audio content, or whether it's audio content via podcast, video content via YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or whether you're producing text content as via Medium, or posting on your social media walls, post newsletter and all. Well, we have 97% of people as consumers on the internet. So people who you can sell your products, you can sell services, or you can sell your knowledge or your skills. So You can sell product via e-commerce, you can sell services via consulting, or you can sell that via affiliate marketing. You can also sell product and services, or you can sell your knowledge and skills via online work. So this is where I'm going to come in. This is what I'm going to talk about, how we can use our skill, our knowledge to create extra income from home during COVID-19. As I said, you can sell products, sell your knowledge, sell services, e-commerce, affiliate marketing, consulting, online work. These are some of the ways we can sell our services, knowledge online. So remote work is working from home, a work arrangement where employees does not commute or travel to a central place of work, such as an office or a building. So as I said, as we've concluded, COVID-19 has forced most of us to working remotely, to at least experience working remotely, even though things has been eased now. While a freelancer or an independent contractor is a self-employed individual who does not have to commit to one single employer. So if you're a freelancer, you're working freelance, just as the word says, you're working freely, you're working independently, you can have different clients, you can work with a lot of people. If you look at the pictures, these are people working from different places. Some people are working, with views. People are working from their coffee rooms. So this is what freelancing means. You can be a freelancer full-time or part-time. It does not stop your 9 to 5. So you can work as a freelancer full-time. You can work as a freelancer part-time. And basically, the major thing that you need, which Debbie was talking about, where she was talking about content marketing. Content marketing is one of the skills that you can use, you can convert to income online via online work. So we have skills and we have high income skills. Your skills are what you're hired based on. They determine how much you make or earn online. So you need a skill that is valuable, a specialized niche that ensures you are well paid. We call those kind of skills high income skills. These are skills that have the highest values in the market. Tech skills, most tech skills are high income skills, most programming, coding skills, because they take longer time to learn. Data science skills, mobile development, software development. And another way to make your skill, just using Debbie's skill as an example, content marketing or content writing, is specialization. Specialization increases your skill. If you're in the online work marketplace, if you call yourself a writer, you are a generalist. You're not a specialist. But if you call yourself a resume writer, then you're specializing more. So that's one way to increase your skill, the value of your skill in the market. And there are platforms where you can learn these skills. We have Coursera, we have EDX, we have ClassPet.com, a lot of platforms. So how do you learn all these skills? If you are new to online work, or if you are new to using skills to earn extra income online, you can go to these platforms, Coursera, EDX, register for free. Some courses there are free, some courses there are paid. They will just cost you a token. And one of my favorite recent sites is ClassPet.com. It's a site that just works like Google. It's a search engine for skills. So you can input your skills in the site and you get free or paid skills. So you can use ClassPet.com to search for skills, to search for platforms, e-learning platforms. So we have, and all that matters is taking action, learning the skills, having the skills, then using that skills, converting that skills to money or to income online. I've had students, or I've had people who have leveraged their skills. Some examples include someone who is a graphic designer, and he has earned a lot from one of the platforms I'm going to talk about. Another is writing. A student of mine shared with me 2 days ago, how he was able to make some fantastic figures via writing. I have a lady who she does database management, and she got a full-time job in Lagos. The client's international client, but based in, and the client's an international client, but needed something done in Lagos. They needed to open a company in Lagos, and they needed someone in Lagos to assist them. And she was able to do that for them, and they hired her full time. I have students, 3 different students with video editing stories. One just today, she submitted videos for a particular client, and the client liked her work, paid her extra. Another of my students, 2 of them they landed, they got 2 jobs where they could edit videos. As the skills, there are a lot of skills. These are just examples of skills we can convert to income. The list is endless. Yeah. So freelancing best practices. So when you work online, when you when you're using your skill to earn online, there are some things there are some basic best practices you need to understand and know. You need to select jobs based on your capability. You don't just select anyhow job, or you don't select jobs you don't qualify for. You go for jobs with verified payment methods, so that you select jobs with the right clients. Ensure their payments are verified. Always strive to deliver high quality work. This is very important. You build your reputation, and the more you build your reputation, the more you get bigger jobs. Then you don't necessarily need all the skills. You pick one, you go deep, and I was talking about specializing. Find what is profitable. There are skills. I talked about that in how skills and high income skills. I've had people when they come across earning via online work, the first thing they think is, okay, I can enter data. I'm a data entry specialist. And I tell them, data entry is a skill, yes, but it's a skill a lot of people can do. And when you have skills a lot of people can do, the competition will be very stiff. So that's where number 4 comes in, where you pick one skill, you go deep, and so those are the ways to ensure you are successful. What do you need to be a successful freelancer? You need a skill. I can't state this enough. You need a skill. You need someone who will put you through. You need to understand the platform you are using. There are a lot of platforms where people convert their skill to income. We have Upwork, Fiverr, a whole lot of platforms. So you need to understand the platform you are using. You must master 3 things across any platform. The things you need to be a successful freelancer: your profile, your proposals, and how to search for jobs. You need to present yourself for potential clients, so that you can be invited for jobs. You need to present, when you show interest in prospective clients, you need to write proposals, and you need to tell the client how you can do the job. And you need to understand how to search and land jobs. As I was talking about, there are a lot of freelance sites. There are a lot of sites where you can convert your skills into extra income in this COVID-19 period. We have Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, Freelancer.com. These are some of the top sites. We have Angel List, who work remotely, Flex Jobs, Remote OK, Remotive. These are platforms where you can apply for jobs, jobs you qualify for, skills, the skills you can convert, your knowledge, they can be applied on these platforms and you'll be paid for them. So step by step, what you should do now: learn a new skill or update your old ones. We talked about how you could, with platforms where you can learn new skills, platforms where you can update your old skills. Those are platforms you should, Coursera, EDX. You can Google those platforms. We call them mock platforms, massive open online classes platforms. So pick a freelancing platform to use. Some are good. I'm very good at Upwork. Some are good with Fiverr. Some are good with TopTal. Guys, I've seen guys that are good with Angel List. And we have the internet. We have the advantage of the internet nowadays. So you can just Google them, research about them, learn everything you can about the platform, and start earning. The first thing you need is a skill. As soon as you get your skill, as soon as you brushing up your skills, as soon as you learn new skills or update your old skill, then you pick a platform to use. You learn everything you can about the platform, then you can start earning. Funny enough, fine, I train people. All right, one of the things I tell people, funny enough, all these platforms, I'm going to conclude with this. All the platforms have blogs where they share how to be successful on their platform. Upwork, Fiverr, AngelList, TopTal, they all have blogs and newsletters. Because the funny thing is this: if you make money on these platforms, this platform make money too. So they want you to be successful on their platform. So these are things we should do. These are things we should be proactive about, so that we can earn from home. We can earn extra income from home during this COVID-19 period. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Hello, Debbie.
Thank you so much. This was inspiring.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Thank
Debbie.
you very much, Inga.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie.
Yes, thank you everyone for staying with us. So Benga, I just wanted to. So I have a few questions, right? And specifically, someone also asked the same question on the chat box. So I know you've been talking about skills, but people are sort of confused as to what are the exact skills. So what are the 5 top most paying skills that people can delve into? And then again, how long will it take them to learn these skills? Where are the sites, the best sites that they should go to get these skills? I know just off in the internet some days back, I saw that people actually write CVs for people, and there are
Yes.
websites to go to where you get those type of jobs. So my question, I guess, is what are these skills and how long will it take to acquire the skills? When they do acquire the skills, where can they now go to get the job?
Okay.
Because that is like a push in the right direction if they know the 5 top skills and what they can do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Debbie, for the question. I believe you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Hello. All right. So there are a lot of platforms, and as soon as I end I don't want my floating control to disturb I don't want it to disturb the slide. As soon as I end my slide, and I will exit, as soon as I exit my slide, I would type some sites in the chat column. But Coursera, EDX are 2 of the top sites where you can just go in and learn any skill of your choice. ClassPet, which I used here, ClassPet is, you can just type any, just as it is. ClassPet is just like Google, a search engine, but it's a search engine for skills. So you can type any skill here. Then brings me to the question where you ask, what are the top skills? Normally, I take my time before I answer questions like this because I've seen people earn top money in different skills. So it is but so for the sake of the question, what are the top skills available now? Digital marketing is a top skill because there are a lot of websites on the internet. So a lot of people want to sell. So via email marketing, via Facebook ads, and people want to sell their products, so their social media marketing, their analytics, their content marketing, they're all under digital marketing. So digital marketing is a top skill to have. Then writing is also a top skill to have. Writing is a top skill to have, but you need to specialize. Writing is a top skill to have in quality, but it's also in quantity because everybody feels they can write. We've spent maybe 20 plus years in school and we've been writing our notebook, so I can write. But for you to earn well in writing, you need to specialize. As you said, some people, they don't call themselves writers, they call themselves CV or resume writers. So by specializing like that, some people are grant writers, some people are proposal writers, some people are business plan writers. So they are writers, but you can see if you notice that they specialized. So by specializing, you increase your value. So writing is also a top skill. Then programming and coding. That's on software development, programming and coding, then website development, then data science. Those are some of the top skills currently. And these are platforms, Coursera, EDX, ClassPet. I will also type in some other platforms where you can learn those skills. Then how long does it take to learn the skills? For writing and digital marketing, if you are serious enough, a week or 2 weeks. Graphic designing, a month, 2 months, thereabout. But when it comes to programming and coding, data science, to take 3 to 6 months to learn. Those ones take longer time to learn. So I believe I've been able to answer your questions, Debbie.
All right, thank you, Benga. So please, if you have any question at all, use the chat box. Well, in the meantime, let me just speak a little bit with Adewale. Adewale.
I'm here, Debbie.
Yes. So let's just talk a bit more about all these platforms that Benga has said, and basically freelancing. What are your thoughts on this? My own thought is that about freelancing. I'm going to now speak to the pros of freelancing. I find freelancing very interesting because for me, it just gives time to like it is very independent and like autonomous because you can control your time. You have time to control everything that you do. You schedule meetings, you have full control of your time, and then there's a lot of time for self-care. One thing I also find interesting about it is that even though you have a 9 to 5 job, you can still be a freelancer. And so that's just to the pros of it. What do you think, Adewale?
All right. Thanks, Benga, for sharing with us this afternoon. I think that the opportunity that these times, and of course the internet provides all of us, is basically an opportunity to democratize wealth. Once upon a time, access to people and being able to share information or sell something was basically limited to a few. I mean, if you want to like put your stuff on TV or put your stuff on radio, you had to have some good money or have built a company significantly to be able to do those things. But now the internet basically gives all of us an opportunity to be able to just with a mobile phone, sell something, share something with the world, and start getting returns on those work. One of the things I would like to say as we move on really is that when it comes to wealth, I think let me try to put on my video.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I can't see myself though. All right. All right. When it comes to wealth, one of the things I tell people is that our problems really are not our enemies. We live in a culture where it's all about enemies. We feel that if we are not making progress or making money, it's because one madam somewhere or one iya somewhere, one old woman in the village is the one responsible for it. But I want to tell you today that your problems really are not your enemies. Today we all have literally an equal opportunity to make things happen for ourselves and to grow wealth wherever you are. And many times we're always, and just to speak a little bit to fear, understand that life is a ladder. Yeah, and everywhere, everybody is climbing that ladder. So you, wherever you are, and whatever you feel you have achieved, however little you consider it to be, you are ahead of some people, and some people are also ahead of you.
Yeah.
So really understand that when it comes to coming online and sharing what you know, you are not talking to just if I'm sharing today, I have experience and knowledge that millions of Nigerians don't have access to. And if I feel that in everything I say, I must impress the marketing director of Coca-Cola, then I'm targeting the wrong audience. Life is a ladder. I will learn from him, but then I need to know that what I have is also valuable to somebody down there. So you can edit a bad page, but you cannot edit a blank page. If you are not doing anything, it can never get better. If you are doing something, you can continue to improve on it and continue to get better at it. So Benga, for example, says you can learn writing in 2 weeks. That's the beginning. You will always continue to get better at writing. I write, but I'm still not perfect at writing. The only way you will get better at something is that you're doing it. There's no amount of talk that will make you learn how to swim. You need to jump into the pool and learn how to swim. And that's really the action step I want to charge us with today. Many times we are listening to advice, we are hearing from people, but where the rubber meets the road is in our doing. So Benga shared with us, the websites we can learn from, things we can begin to do. Guys, we need to begin to act. That's where the magic happens.
Hello, Adewale. You were breaking for a while. Can you just repeat the last line again, just in case?
Okay, I said that you can edit a bad page, but you cannot
Yes.
edit a blank page. Yeah.
Yes.
Where the real magic happens is in doing. There's no amount of talk that will make you learn how to swim. You need to get into the pool and swim. So
Yeah.
we are saying a lot today, and I really hope that it will go beyond just words. There's no enemy that is looking for you. You are not yet that great. Yeah. It's time for all of us to do. That's where the magic happens.
Oh my God, thanks so much. And that brings me to something I wrote down that I really wanted to share with everyone. So it is a quote by George Lucas, and it's either you do or you do not. There is no try. So what that means for me is that you can be planning, oh, tomorrow I'll become a content writer. You can even take the course. But if you don't go out there and get on those sites and try to get the job and try to start, probably fail a couple of times, it's okay. But just keep at it. That's the way that you can actually increase your stream of income. Because I can say I want to learn a new skill. And okay, so I've learned it. What is the next step? I think for so many, that's why we did that. What is stopping you? I know that a lot of people want to take the excuse and say, oh, it's COVID-19. I hear a lot of people yelling, oh, what is this? I planned so much for this year. Yada, yada, yada. COVID-19 has stopped us in our track. But I just want to say that I hope that you take these learnings from this webinar and just try and implement. Do it. There's no harm in trying. And just to speak to that, in choosing a profession or a career that you like to delve in, you need to choose something that you are passionate about. Because I can say today, I want to become a programmer, and I am not passionate about it at all. And the moment that I start and face a couple of challenges, I back down. What do you think, Adewale? That can be a major reason for me to stop. Because as much as I want to make money may not be enough drive for me to continue in that line as a freelancer. And so I back down, then I stop, right? So you need to choose something that you are passionate about, so that when you go into the world of freelancing and then you maybe get your first job and a client just says something to you and maybe says, I don't like this thing you've done for me. And you say, oh my God, this is my village people again. I'm not sure I can get through it. And then you just back down and then you stop. So it is getting that thing you are passionate about, learning it, after learning it, implementing it, taking action. The most important thing that will define whether or not you've learned from this webinar is if you actually take action. So I still ask that question, what is stopping you? What are you so afraid of? And why are you not doing it? And I'm asking myself, to be honest, because I've wanted to be a content writer for the longest time, and I'm a very good writer. Why am I not doing it? And I think I know. I am afraid. And I don't know where to start. But thank God, now I know, and I might just go ahead and start. I will go ahead.
If I'm to add to that, Debbie,
yeah.
If I'm to add about Debbie, I think in many ways passion is overrated. And just to speak a little bit to that. Yeah. And so, many times you say you must go after. I think in many ways, we sometimes you need to do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. Yeah, you must do what you have to do so that you can get to a place where you do what you want to do. Yeah, I think in many ways our problem many times is self-discipline, and that's really the challenge. So that we speak a lot about our goals, we speak a lot about our dreams and how we want to make X amount of things happen. But where the rubber meets the road is what we are doing every day, and that's where the real magic happens. If I'm not improving every day and doing something every day, then that goal will be a dream. So we all have a goal, and your goal speaks to your results. But what gets you to that result is a process. And that process is where we need to pay attention to. If I'm doing the process, if I'm doing the right things and the right process, I will achieve the right results. If I'm doing the wrong process, it doesn't matter if I have the right goals. I will never achieve those goals. So if I want to have, if for example, I'm saying I want to live healthy, and all of those things. And every day I'm drinking Coke. Every day I'm not exercising. Every day I'm doing all of those things. It doesn't matter the how beautiful my goals are. And if I hung it on my wall, I will never achieve it. But if I'm doing the right things, even if I did not consciously write those goals down, I will be LD because I'm doing the right things every day.
Yes. Thank you so much, Adewale. I think this has been really a really good chat with you. Thank you so much, Benga, as well. So we'll just we know that we are live on Facebook, and we'll look through to see if we have any questions from Facebook. Okay, there's a question here. Adewale's Tara was asking, what if I don't have anything I'm passionate about? I think you already answered that question. That it's not about passion. It's about doing what you have to do to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. I don't know how you put it, but I know that by doing what you have to do, then you have you'll be able to achieve financial freedom.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do you have to do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. I mean, many of us who would like to, be on the yacht in Maldives, just chilling, taking nice pictures, posting it on Instagram, living the life. But that will not happen until you do what you have to do. When you do what you have to do, then you can do what you want to do. That's the process, really.
Okay, so I just wanted to speak about one last thing. I know usually when you start off something, you start off with a big dream and say, oh, I want to be a web designer. But sometimes what I think about is that it's good to know some of the challenges you will face. And in knowing some of the challenges, one thing you have to do is once you have chosen that career path, right? Once you have chosen that career path, once you choose it, you then look for people who have been doing this thing for a long time, right? So let's say you wanted to be someone who manages social media, like a digital marketer. You need to find people who have done this for a very long time. And that speaks to getting a mentor, someone who can mentor you. And right, Adewale?
Yeah, sure. I think mentorship is important in our journey. And mentorship doesn't even necessarily mean that, you need to find a particular person that you're meeting with every day. I think that all over the internet, you can always get guidance for the things you need. Many people, today we all have access to information. So, I mean, on a good day, to meet maybe a Seth Godin will be almost possible for all of us. But today there are free ebooks by Seth Godin. If you go to YouTube, you can listen to him. So you can even call Seth Godin your mentor because you can always get content. You can always hear him share all over and over again. But I think really, like I said, it's not in the advice. It's not in what we are told. It's in what we do. And I remember listening to Seth Godin, I think 2 weeks ago, and it was in his parting shot in a particular webinar. He said his top advice to everyone is that don't listen to advice. And I found that quite interesting because people have varying opinions. I mean, people will share, my thoughts might be different from what Tara would share or what you will share. But where the real deal is in your doing. In your doing, I mean, you would learn from my experience, but the way I might have done it might not be the way somebody else has done it. And so it's in your own doing that you will find your own path. It's in your own doing that things will get clearer for you. I mean, someone is sharing in America, but its context is different from your own context. I'm sharing in Lagos. You might be living in Benin, and your context is different from my context. So it's in your doing that you begin to get clarity. Is in your doing that you can continue to improve and get better. But yes, we need mentors. We need people who have gone ahead of us, who can share from their wisdom our wealth of experience with us. And that basically helps us refine how we are doing things and maybe ensures that we don't repeat the same mistakes that they made. But we will fail. Success is not the avoidance of failure. We will fail. It's part of the process, and we must be ready to embrace it. So when you start putting out content, people might not like it. You might not get the retweets. You might not get the shares, but you need to continue to do it. And that's really where, you get better at it. And then as you continue to improve on that, getting feedbacks here and there, you get better at it. And before you know it, things begins to tip.
Thank you so much, Adewale. you've just really said you've said everything you've said has been 100% on point, and I know people agree with everything you said. Thank you very much. So we'll just talk again to Benga. Benga, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so before we just wrap up, I mean, it's 4:50 already. What do you have like admonishment? What would you like to say to people in starting their journey?
Okay, the first thing is to have a skill. Have a skill, learn, use the platforms, use the different platforms, the Coursera, the EDXs, the Khan Academy, use it to learn skills, use Google and YouTube. In my circle of friends, we call YouTube the University of YouTube because you can learn anything on YouTube. You can input any content marketing and you will see top videos on content marketing on YouTube. So use that, learn. You can download any ebook on any topic via Google. There are some paid, but if you are looking for free, you will get free. Medium, Quora alone, you will get articles. While Adewale was saying something about you have access to anybody. You have access to the top CEOs. If you want to read their mindsets, you have access to it. You have access to a lot. The internet has been very, very, it has been a leveler for us. So take advantage of that. And the platforms, use the platforms very well. The Upwork, the Fiverr, the Top Tab, Freelancer, learn about them, use them very well. And as I said, on each platform has a blog where in that blog, they post what you need to do to be successful on their platform. So use that well and earn extra income in this COVID-19 period and post-COVID-19. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So I see someone asking if they can get the slides. Of course, we would share the slides and other materials in our email to you. And you'd also be able to catch this video on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. And remember, Eyowo is a digital bank, basically on your phone number. Everything you would need to do concerning monetary transactions, sending money, receiving money, you can do this with your phone number. You don't need to go to the queue on any, you don't need to go and start queuing. Why not just enjoy the convenience of sending money from phone number to phone number for free? Not just only that, you can save. Think of everything you can do with your traditional bank. You can do that with Eyowo. So for more information about us, go to eyowo.com. We also have a business for retailer. It is like a free manage your inventory, and also there are a lot that just receive payments, manage your inventory, and you can have as many as 4 stores and be managing them from the comfort of your home. You don't need to worry about doing things the old way. After all, the world is evolving, so why not move with the world? So check us out at www.eyowo.com. Download our app, Eyowo, on the App Store, and don't forget that you can also use us on USSD *455#. Thank you very much for joining us once again. I am your host, Edemara Deborah. See you next time. Thank you, Benga. Thank you, Adewale. Hope to see you
Thank you
soon.
very much for having me.